Hey girl, hey! The Women's World Cup rolls on. Argentina, still alive, baby. Let's do it. Rome is burning. Francesco Totti taking a flamethrower to Roma on the way out. What is he so mad about? Must have been the pasta. And the Copa America, for some reason, is a team in the Middle East. They play tonight. Argentina looking to save some tears. It's all coming up right now on Post to Post. Celebrate my greatness, people. That's right. Usually I'm the co-host on this. Not really the co-host, more like a guest role. But today I am hosting. Jeremy St. Louis got really drunk off maple syrup or something. He's not here. Bad stomach. It's crazy. Speaking of bad stomachs, Women's World Cup, baby. England and Japan. England rolls through this one. They go perfect in the group with 9 points. Japan, hey, guess what? Doesn't even really matter. They're through anyway. Goals from Ellen White in the 14th and 84th minute. The brace for Ellen White gives England the perfect 9 points, as I said. But the real story today, Scotland, Argentina. Now, look, I loved Braveheart as much as everybody else. Great movie, all right? Scotland blows a 3-0 lead. That's even worse than the Warriors, right? 3-0 lead, Scotland blow. First, we got a goal from Kim Little in the 19th minute, followed by Jennifer Beadle in the 49th, and Erin Cuthbert in the 69th minute. Nice. Anyway, that's only the beginning of the story, okay? Then Argentina, they battled back. Milagros Menendez in the 74th minute, followed by a name that's really hard to pronounce, bear with me, Maria Bonsegundo in the 79th, and then it got a little tricky. A penalty in extra time, the 94th minute, Maria Bonsegundo, I'm never going to get that right. She gets a penalty, she goes to take it, she looks scared, not going to lie. Not going to lie, she looks scared. Look at her, doesn't look scared there, forget this. This is after the fact. There you go, that's after the fact, okay? She misses the first penalty, knocks it right into the keeper. Scotland celebrating. She even had a follow-up. That was safe too. The ball goes wide. And then a very weird thing that you never see in the men's game where the, the goalkeeper is actually called for coming off the line. We see this all the time in the men's game where the keepers come off the line. There's no whistle. The penalty is missed. This is the second time I've seen it in this Women's World Cup. It also happened in the France game where France was able to win their last game. And Bonsegundo, I got to give it to her. She looked scared. She looked shocked. I thought she was shook. I thought it was a wrap. I thought, Argentina's getting the long plane ride home. It's a really long plane ride back from France. But no, she seals the deal. 3-3 the final in this one. And because of that penalty, because of that goal, Argentina still alive with 2 points. 4 third-place teams will make it through. And right now, they're right there, cusping on the bottom. The very, very tight fingernails just grasping on. And then I started doing some research, guys. And remember Thailand? Remember we made that big stink about the USA dropping 13 on them? Well, because of this Argentina mess, because Argentina is able to be in, they only have 2 points. Thailand plays tomorrow against Chile. If they can somehow beat Chile and Cameroon loses or draws, Thailand could advance to the next round with a -15 goal differential. Let's go, Thailand! Let's go! Let's go! Waiting for the lights. Where are my lights? Let's go. Roll the lights, baby. Let's do it. Roll on the lights. There you go. All right, Thailand. There you go. That's pretty much all I got from the Women's World Cup. Teams that have already advanced are Norway, Australia. They actually play each other in the next round. France, Spain, Italy, Germany. The USA, of course. Sweden, the Netherlands, Canada, Brazil, England, and Japan. Tomorrow's games, Netherlands versus Canada. Cameroon versus New Zealand. Very big game. A draw there means opens the door for Thailand, baby. Opens the door. Sweden, the United States. A game that would have been a great game, but, since they're both already through, they're just playing for positioning. So kind of took the steam out of that one a little bit. But then Thailand, Chile. If one of those teams manages to capture a win, they also will be advancing. And that's basically your World Cup wrap-off. So now we're going to move on to some daily news. Give me the swoosh. Give me the woo-woo-woo-woo. And for this very special guest today, we're going to have our boy here, Ricardo Mazza.
Hey guys, how are you?
The disembodied voice of MotoGP here and former talent on Pit Lane. He's here to give us his takes. Huge Roma fan, so it's lucky we have him here today. But we're going to start with actual news. Luis Enrique steps down as the Spain manager. Robert Moreno takes over. They said it was for personal reasons, and apparently his daughter is very sick. Only 11 months on the job. And Spain has come out and announced that they're fully behind Moreno, but there's an open door policy for Luis Enrique. He can return. But this kind of gives a question here that me and Rick were discussing. If Moreno finds a way, because he's been in charge for the last 3 European qualifiers, Spain has played really well. If Enrique says, hey, we're all good now, I'm ready to come back, what does Spain do?
I mean, you know, Moreno always, his lifelong dream was to be coach of this team. And he said it, this isn't the way I want to become coach, and I regret it. Sergio Ramos always saying, like, every game we win is dedicated to Luis Enrique. You won us these games. But, again, the debate we had. If Moreno does a great job this year qualifying into the Euros, the Euros are coming up. Luis Enrique's personal business has been, you know, dealt with, hopefully positively, and he wants to come back and coach the team. Do you let Luis Enrique come in, or do you allow Moreno to keep charge because he's been doing this good job thus far?
Yeah, like a lot of the players have also come out and said that Luis Enrique's system is what has given them the wins, given them, you know, they all love it. Sergio Ramos says they're fully behind it. But, you know, it is an interesting question. I think Moreno would have to be fully behind it for it to come. But still, that's a little,
Spain
little touch and go.
Disarray.
Yeah, before
Luis Enrique came in and the players finally accepted the system. They're like, this is a system that finally works. I mean, they've had bad luck with coaches.
Yeah, let's just be real. You know, the whole Lopetegui thing, now this.
And exactly. Unfortunately, this. I mean, Moreno's the assistant coach. He's dealt with the system. He knows it. So he's probably going to take Spain to a pretty good victory. He's already managed them with 3 games that they've won. So Spain's looking good again, finally.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's the whole debate.
Yeah.
If Luis Enrique comes back, I would take him back.
Yeah, I mean, his resume with Barcelona is great. They've been playing great with him. And actually, we're going to go to the comments right here. And Radu, coming up always, says he was holding up for Mourinho would be the next Spain manager. It's funny you say that because he actually said that he's looking to coach a national team and not a club. But, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean? And
I mean, you know, it's pretty disrespectful.
Oh, Ryan Moran saying Rick's muscles are in the way.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah. Hey,
Rick. Be in shape.
Hey, Rick, you know where the gym is? You can show me?
No, at all. Stop.
All right. A lot of talk about the Women's World Cup here. Cipriano says, what a game. Gotta feel bad for Scotland, though.
I mean, watching this whole Women's World Cup, I'm not trying to be biased, but the way the U.S. plays, the organization of that squad, they're set-piece specialists. I haven't seen another team, maybe Germany, maybe France, but they don't look like serious contenders against USA.
No, I mean, the way the USA has played, basically rolling through, now have it. It was Thailand, it was Chile. They'll actually get their first test tomorrow, but it's kind of hard because no teams are really in danger. You know what I'm saying?
They went to Thailand with their full team. They went against Chile with, like, their B team.
Yeah, and they still won.
Were
3-0.
Complete communication, playing incredible the whole game.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Julie Ertz just because I love her chant. You know her chant?
No, you can give it to me.
Oh, Julie, you
got what I need. That's a great song.
Because you anchor our defense.
I only know the real one.
Because you anchor. Oh, okay.
Rick, I'm telling you. Rick over here, voice of an angel. It's crazy. Rafa Castellano saying Argentina's women playing with more pelotas than the men's team. That's it looks even funnier in emoji form. So if you guys want to scroll through and see that one, who is watching Thailand? That would be a great redemption for Thailand, says Gene Quayle. It would. They would advance if they beat Chile tomorrow. You know, and other results go their way. Minus 15 goal difference in the knockout round, baby. Let's do it.
Was it wrong that I went to a Thai restaurant the day the USA beat Thailand?
They probably spin your food. I mean, that's what happens. But good for Argentina. Freedom, Radu, with the reference right there. I love that.
Yeah,
Braveheart.
I wish I had my arm sleeve.
Yeah, seriously, and my blue paint. That would have been amazing. Unfortunately, watch the Mexico 3 versus Canada. If it means getting in the triple again, well, yes, why not? Yeah, real terrible to be a coach in Spain. Seems like they don't last very long. This is while you're right, this is extenuating circumstance. You know, his daughter is sick. Patrick Meehan with not going to share that prediction just yet. No thanks. He caused rift between staff and players, any of the players based off personal reasons. Classless, if you ask me. I'm pretty sure Ryan Moran's talking about Enrique. But we're going to skip on from that, and now we're going to move on to everybody's favorite pretty boy, the blonde Brazilian himself. Not really blonde anymore. Neymar. So, you know, yesterday the report comes out that Messi basically tells the Barcelona bosses, hey, I don't want to be greasy. I want to be Name-easy. They want Neymar back in the house. Luis Suarez.
Exact text, but okay.
But come on, that sounded pretty good when I said it. I literally made that up 2 seconds before I said it, and it came out perfect. Okay, so they said they don't want Griezmann. He does not want Griezmann. He wants Neymar back. Luis Suarez in an interview kind of alluded to the same thing. I think it's kind of like crisping onto the past.
Neymar's injury is something that you can't look past. I mean, you know, he already fits the system. They've already played with him. Griezmann, you'd have to kind of adjust him to the system of Barcelona, although I'm pretty sure he would adjust pretty quickly. Neymar's ankle concerns me. Not only that, but his overall character. I don't care much for Neymar, I'll be honest. I mean, his whole flip-floppy, he's just like a player that has no integrity when he plays.
So, sorry, I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing at Neymar's analysis. I'm laughing at this comment. It was actually a pretty good comment. Yeah, no.
I mean, exactly. So you want to take a risk with an ankle injury, I mean, that's going to shorten his career big time. I mean, that's a big risk, and it's happened twice for PSG this season alone. How many times is going to happen in Barcelona?
Yeah, that really, I wouldn't really worry about chemistry, because he was pretty much contained at Barcelona. Maybe he was under the thumb of Messi or under Suarez. I wouldn't really worry about his like personal life or the whole helicopter at the training or anything like that. I'd be more concerned with that ankle, because that ankle's like a ticking time bomb.
Well, why did he leave Barcelona in the first place?
Well, he said he didn't want to be under the shadow of Messi, but I believe that was him being a little young, letting people talk in his ear, maybe his dad getting in there too much.
He wanted to go to a team and prove himself, and then he just ended up on the same team as Kylian Mbappe.
Also money, yes, also money.
Yeah, well, big money grab as well, sure. But, I mean, it didn't work out for him over there, so now he wants to go back to a team that he can for sure win Champions League with. It's another Coutinho situation here.
Poor Coutinho. That did not work out at all.
He's the face of Brazil now, so he's got to show up.
Rafa Castorona with a great comment, Thai chili. How did we not see that when we were talking about the Women's World Cup? That was perfect. Yeah, Marino to Spain international team, LOL. Yeah, it's a clash of styles. We have more Thailand here. I'm surprised you guys are not bombarding me with Neymar stuff. You guys are usually really good with just throwing Neymar stuff. Why is this opening right now? I get it. I look good. Okay. Anyway. Man, it's Thai chili. Yeah, it's good. Honestly, I'm hoping for the Thailand get through. If Barca can get Neymar and still keep Dembele, when Neymar goes in injury, Dembele will come back, and if Dembele goes, Neymar will not be back.
That is true. Yeah. I mean, they do have a lot of options. They always have. Their bench is pretty much always stacked. But, I mean, you know, it's just two different kinds of play style. You have to adjust to them both, but Dembele definitely plays pretty similar.
Yeah,
so
it says Neymar's career could reignite if he went back. Realistically, he would play a bit less and less pressure on him. He really need to try and save a team. It's true. I feel that, that's a good point that I hadn't thought of, is that if he comes back, he doesn't feel the shoulder load, because even though, let's face it, Mbappe's a great player. He's not a Messi. He's not a Luis Suarez at this point. And Neymar would feel less pressure, and you can kind of maintenance program him up a little bit, right? Like we saw, I always bring the NBA into these conversations, right? Kawhi Leonard didn't play like 20 games this year while he was rehabbing his leg. Hey, it worked out for them. They won a championship. So if you can sit him down a little bit, maybe play some Dembele some more, or even if you end up keeping a Coutinho, then you can get through some of the lower level teams, some of those early Copa del Rey rounds.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And yeah, it would work for him. Actually, didn't think about it. Good comment there from Gene. Not the comment of the day because it wasn't funny, but factual wise, cool. I like it.
I like comedy.
Yeah, there you go. Ray, PSG spoiled him, gave him everything, and now they are paying the price. Too late for discipline.
That is true, no.
I don't know. I mean,
PSG are always spending top dollar.
Yeah.
Top dollar like Real Madrid? Probably not. How much have they spent this year already? Close to $345 million, right?
Wow. Yeah. I totally messed up. I actually skipped two stories, and we're going to go back right now and talk about Real Madrid because they presented Ferland Mendy today.
That's a great player for that team because it kind of fills in the role. Marcelo's getting a little old. He's a defensive back that's not afraid to start attacking, and that's what Real Madrid are used to. Marcelo was the #1 player. I saw him in the opposing side's field, half of the field, more than I saw him in Real Madrid's half of the field.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of player you might get with Mendy, very similar to his brother Benjamin. So.
Yeah, and it's funny. I remember there was a small run in Real Madrid where I think Marcelo, this past year, where he scored like 3 goals in 3 games. And I was like, oh, Marcelo's their best player. And then after that, it was a total slide. Yeah. And that was it. He looks washed, to be honest.
Well, Marcelo, for me, is always going to be a great player.
No, and
I will always have respect for Marcelo, the way he plays, the way his composure.
Yeah, but how often do you see players that have that kind of run with one team? He's been there forever.
I can tell you, our next subject, Francesco Totti.
But wait. Francesco Totti is in the crisis corner. A lot of thematics on this show. I'm really liking it. So Francesco Totti, scorned girlfriend. Okay, he on the way out, man. Let me tell you, he took out the flamethrower, Rick. And I'm gonna defer to you. Rick is our in-house Roma guy.
I mean, Totti's always been my favorite player. I got into the sport following his career.
Did you expect this though?
I mean,
we all have problems with our ex.
Roma have had probably the worst season they've had in like 10 years. And he was just throwing out what is wrong with the club. He doesn't get along with the American owner. He says that, look, what can I say is I will never hurt Roma. This is far worse than retiring as a player. Leaving Roma's like dying for him, and it's the truth. You think AS Roma, and you think Totti. He is the pure Roman through and through. He's been with that team 25 seasons, 786 appearances, 307 goals. The guy's an absolute legend. When you think Roma, you think Totti or De Rossi, who also is leaving, also mentioned that press conference. But Rome quickly put up a statement as soon as that press conference. It said,
it's almost like they had it ready to go.
Oh, no, listen to this. They hit a clap back so good. While we understand how hard it must be for him to take this decision to leave AS Roma after 30 years, We believe that his perception of the facts and decisions made at the club are both fanciful and far from reality.
I feel like that's something they had that written like in the back pocket. That's like they had the text.
They're trying to protect themselves because if he starts an uproar in Rome, brother, there's a new Rome conqueror.
Yeah, they were texting and they gave Totti the blue dots. Then they stopped, let him respond, and then they hit him with it. All right, but
I hate when that happens.
it's the end of an era, and any kind of transition period like that's going to be rough.
I mean, look.
You're not even a fan of the new.
He was saying things like, if I had players like Totti and Rossi, I'd have them running the entire club. But you're a player, you know.
Yeah.
Players don't know that much about management, financial situations.
Exactly, yeah.
This is where the management comes in. And Totti really wanted a bigger role for the team, and he should have gotten it. I still think he should. They should have worked this out somewhere where he's the ambassador for Rome, because that's what he is.
Kind of like Drake for the Raptors type deal.
Yeah, and say he's going to get a job at like
but with actual clout. Yeah.
But his love is Rome, and he's seen it. He could have gone to a big club any point in his career. He stayed at AS Roma through and through forever.
And he took pay cuts to be there. We know that for sure. Radu's asking, how much money is Real Madrid spending this summer? I have that number for you, Radu. Right now, it's about $345 million.
They're going to end at like 400 something.
Yeah, they said they were going to spend around $500 million. Right now, they're at $345. Compared to Barcelona, who's only spent about $99 million on Emerson and Frankie de Jong. We even forgot that Frankie de Jong had been signed by them. It had been so long ago that it was announced. He's still not holding up the jersey, but we know that's a done deal. What else do we have here in the comments?
Marcelo to Juve to get his
bromance back in order.
Gene.
Yeah, I mean,
you romantic dog.
I mean, I could see that move happening, but how does that really help Juve at all?
Roma will regret letting Totti
go.
Totti knows what's best for Roma. Rafa, I agree 1,000%, but there's things in the crack that we don't know. Both sides, you know, I don't know what was said between both sides. For him to leave a team that he loves with so much passion, I mean, it has to be a severe. That's why I kind of take Totti's side at the same time, because he'd do anything for this club, and we've seen it in years. So it's got to be something between management and him. They don't get along. Something's going on behind the surface.
Do you guys think Neymar is worth the 3 players PSG is asking for him? This is a question from Ray. He says he doesn't think so. I think they want Casemiro, Isco, and there's one more in there. I'm not really sure who it was. Someone not as big as Casemiro and Isco, but I don't know. I don't feel comfortable with Neymar's ankle. I know he's a great player. I know he's a dynamic player.
Those are incredible players you're trading up for one great player. But look, Neymar's got incredible skill. Yeah. I love him, but I just don't trust him.
Yeah, that's the thing. I like him. I don't know if I like his ankle. We're gonna take one more question here before we roll on the bold predictions. Totti would work for the Italian national team. That's a good shout.
Wow, we need it.
Yeah. Management wanted a titular figurehead. Totti wanted to be hands-on. They're going to regret devaluing him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there you go. Listen, I am totally in line with you. Okay,
it's my player, all right, buddy?
Okay,
respect.
Well, you know what? I'm going to be bold with that, and let's go to bold predictions right now. We're going to get some bold predictions going on right now.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, Argentina versus Paraguay. Argentina got that booty smack against Colombia, playing against Paraguay. Argentina versus Paraguay. What do you think?
I mean, our producer's from Paraguay, so I don't want to say anything bad. But
Paraguay in a slide.
Game
Paraguay in a slide. Yeah.
They got to show people that they can play soccer still. I mean, this is just embarrassing how this squad has come.
Yeah.
I mean, they have the world's best player. They have incredible players throughout their whole roster, and they can't get a win.
Is it a big game for Argentina or a big game for Messi?
It's the biggest game for Argentina. Messi's always going to be a big game because his name is always...
Messi is Argentina.
If the Lakers lose, it's LeBron's
It's going to bring LeBron,
always.
yeah. Messi's like transcended. Like, he is everything now. Exactly. Alpha, Omega of Argentina, whatever. Win or lose, it's on him. So that's the way it's going to be.
And quit the national team yet again.
Colombia, Qatar, that's...
I mean...
Colombia in a slide.
Colombia are going to steamroll. Yeah. They're the strongest team. They seem like the strongest team in this Copa America, as much as I don't like to admit it because there's somebody in here wearing a Colombia jersey, but whatever.
This whole office is just littered with Colombians. So, but they do look like the strongest team at the moment, especially after Brazil. The slide, whatever that was from Brazil last night from Bolivia, it cannot be forgotten. I mean, that was totally...
Brazil versus Venezuela. Yeah. Venezuela looked good, okay?
Yeah, they did, but I mean...
I'm actually very impressed with Venezuela. Venezuela have proven themselves to be a real contender.
No, they have. Good defensively, but Brazil, I mean... I don't know what that was yesterday, but it was not a game. Even though I thought the second goal should have stood, the Coutinho goal. But, you know, what are you going to do? This is Willie.
Is that Mr. Wigglesworth?
Willie. He's having a whale of a time, just like we are. And
and
I think we're about done here, Rick. But you know what? Come on, Willie. Willie, shh. Anyway, Willie. AFCON, June 21st. That's Friday.
AFCON is an awesome tournament because they have a bunch of players that are in the top 10, top 5 leagues.
And Egypt and Zimbabwe kicks off. We got Jeremy and Gary Bailey. They're doing the pre. Jeremy's hosting it. Rick, why don't you tell us some of the players here that are from the AFCON right now?
Oh, you're going to see players like Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, Nicolas Pepe, Riyad Mahrez, Naby Keita, and Cedric Bakambu. And those are just some to name. I mean, they have incredible players through the line. It's going to be a really fun tournament. Join us for it.
Yeah, and usually I don't say comments on the way out, but there's no way Qatar 4-0 Colombia. So, sorry, Radu, that's it. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Enjoy your games. Hey, leave Willie alone.
Bye, Willie.
Bye. No!